Welcome back. 30 clubs, 15 days. We're in Port St. Lucie, Florida, with the New York Mets. Mark DeRosa, Robert Flores. Our colleague Ron Darling is supposedly here. We got to.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he throwing today?
I don't know, but he should definitely buy us some lunch at one of the many fine eateries that they have.
I'm a fan of Port St. Lucie. I like coming up here.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's got the stadium's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Carlos Mendoza, we talked about him at the Open, obviously takes over this team. He's familiar with the area,
yes,
the market, what it's like managing under the microscope of that New York City bright lights. What are you expecting from him? What are you expecting in the way of how he's going to put his fingerprints maybe on this team early?
Yeah, I don't think he's got to worry about his lineup too much. If he gets a nice bounce back from Starling Marte, Francisco Lindor and Polar Bear Pete Alonso are going to do their thing. Francisco Alvarez, one of the best young catchers in the game. But the game begins and ends on the mound.
Right.
Who's going to fall in line in this rotation? Some guys have been throwing the ball well, the Severinos, Manayas of the world, and we had a chance to catch up with him and ask him about it. All right, Carlos. So many questions to be answered in camp, obviously, but I think for me, the game begins and ends on the mound. Senga's a little nicked up, but outside of that, Severino's throwing the ball great. I know Manaya threw the ball great yesterday. Kind of take me through your thoughts starting rotation-wise.
Yeah, like you said, out of the gate, we got hit with the news of Senga, which you don't want to, you don't want to get. But we do feel good about Senga and the potential for him to take the ball and give us a lot of outings throughout the year. But with the way the boys are throwing the ball, you mentioned Sevi, Manaya yesterday. It's been really, really impressive. Quintana, and his pitch ability. Right. This is a guy that's done it before, has been in the league for a long time. And then, for that fifth spot, McGill, Budo, Lucchesi, those guys, then they've been throwing the ball really, really well. Severino.
He's the X factor.
Yes,
for you, I know. He could be a one.
I know this kid. Yes, we've seen it. When he's healthy, and he's been through a lot the past couple of years. But watching him pitch and then recovering, because that's the key. The way they're bouncing back after every outing, but seeing the velo early in camp, throwing that cutter with conviction up to 94, and then you get that four-seam 98, and you see that early in camp. That's pretty impressive. Manaya yesterday up to 95,
yeah, he looked
and
good.
Then the cutter, the
cut his hair.
Clean, like when he showed up the other day, I was like, man, how to introduce again to the whole team? We got a new player in here. But yeah, no, he's looked great. And Adrian Hauser, I do like our rotation.
I know at the back end, Edwin Diaz is back, and he's going to get his first taste of spring action. What are you going to be looking for specifically from him as you kind of monitor his progress?
Look, just the fact that he's out there pitching on a big league game after a long year and what he went through, what the team went through without him is special. Knowing that you got that guy healthy in the ninth inning, ready to go, is exciting. Just go out there, be yourself. Don't try to do too much. Just attack hitters, use your pitches, and have fun. Because he's excited, we are excited, and I'm looking forward to it.
I think one of the most electric young players in the game, if you really lock in on a daily basis, is your catcher.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, light tower power, but he seems to take pride behind home plate.
Look, and last year I saw it from the other side of the dugout. It wasn't easy for him, 21 years old.
Verlander catching these big dogs.
Catching Scherzer, Verlander, and they love him. And the whole pitching staff, watching him go about his business and how he prepares, how much time he invests on his pitcher and the preparation and the communication with the pitching coach, the catching coach, putting together a game plan. Even though it's just spring training games, after catching a size session, he's going up to the pitcher. And the other day, he was having a conversation in between innings with Severino, who he caught for the first time. Like building those relationships. The way he prepares, we know the tools, we know the power, we know the arm, the way he receives. But the preparation part is being really, really impressive with